So it's been a minute, y'all. Welcome. Haven't made a video in about 5 days now. So much has happened in the last 5 days. It's like you got to keep up with this stuff. If you miss one day, it seems like in 2026, you can miss an entire war. The Civil War in Mexico just went down. Huge news is like we went from Epstein to the Civil War in Mexico. Now talking about it's likely a war could be happening with Iran. What's going on? So I would tell you the Young Turks have been one of my favorite news stations in 2026. They've really been growing on me. They've been existing for a long time, I think maybe a decade or over now on YouTube. And it's not like a huge mainstream news station like Fox or CNN. I believe they're independent. And yeah, they just have some really good takes, especially with just what's going on now. So
in order to protect Israel, in a laughable attempt to drum up support for the U.S. carrying out a war against Iran on behalf of Israel, senior Trump advisors are allegedly hoping that Israel launches an attack on Iran first, which would then trigger retaliation from Iran against Israel, and then it would drag the United States into war that would somehow be wanted by the American people because they would somehow feel the need to protect Israel?
No, Anna, so that's a great point. And as you guys are going to see in the story, you might be thinking, first of all, are the Israelis even going to do it? I'll address that in a second because I have information that you don't, because I was just involved in a debate with a top Israeli, okay? Second of all, the point isn't, guys, that, oh, we have to protect beloved Israel. No, we just put our planes in Israel, as Anna's about to tell you. So they're hoping that our planes and our soldiers get hit. Our guys, our government is hoping that our guys get hit, so then they can go, oh, okay, now we don't have a choice, wink, wink, now we have to attack Iran. It's the most craven, disgusting thing I've seen.
So let's just acknowledge that the Trump administration is fully aware that the vast majority of American people do not want to go to war with Iran on behalf of Israel. We don't feel the need to do this.
yeah, war's expensive, mind you. We're 38 coming on $39 trillion in debt. It's extremely expensive to go to war. And even more importantly, sacrificing U.S. soldiers to die for a very wicked nation for no reason, apparently, just because Israel wants us to go to war because they don't feel safe and they want to be the dominant power in the Middle East. And Bibi Netanyahu, that's what he wants. So because we are the U.S. and we are the lapdogs of Israel, we are going to do their bidding and essentially be the bully of every nation in the world. Israel's like, sick 'em, boy, sick 'em, boys. Go ahead, do it. Do our dirty work. That's essentially what the U.S. is doing. We are the lapdogs of Israel. They tell us to go bite, and that's what we do. And it's just really sick that the lives of U.S. soldiers, forget about the money, just the lives of U.S. soldiers are at risk. It'll be different if they literally attack the U.S. without cause. Let's just say Iran attacked the U.S. and killed innocent civilians. Let's just say that happened and we retaliated. That's different. But what had they done to us? Nothing. And so this war that's being instigated by Israel, risking innocent lives, number one, also probably going to go further into debt because we got to be able to fund this war. It's expensive ammunition, planes, bombs, missiles, weapons, all of that, billions and billions and billions and actually trillions of dollars it would take to fund a war. Trillions. Yes, it can create more jobs and industries and all that, just like World War II did. But at the end of the day, I mean, you see what the Iraq war did. I think the nation got more in national debt because of the war in Iraq.
Shouldn't have to pay for it. We shouldn't risk the lives of American soldiers on behalf of a foreign country. So instead of listening to the American people, the Trump administration would like to manipulate the American people. So the calculus is a political one. The calculus is a political one that more Americans would stomach a war with Iran if the United States or an ally were attacked first. But again, under this dumb plan, Iran wouldn't have attacked the United States or Israel first. Israel would attack Iran first, and then that would, of course, spark a retaliation, which is normal. I mean, what would we do if we were attacked on our land? We would respond, right? Now, nonetheless, political...
Can I just let me real quick on that? Guys, the reason why they assume that is because they know that at that point, American media will go out and say Israel's the victim and that you're all anti-Semites if you don't now engage in the war to protect the poor Israelis conveniently leaving out that they started the war. I don't have a lot of sympathy for people who start a war and then cry to me about it afterwards.
And what's amazing is that
this victim mentality, y'all.
Politico even quotes someone who literally admits that a few sentences or a few paragraphs down. Quote, there's thinking in and around the administration that the politics are a lot better if the Israelis go first and alone and the Iranians retaliate against us and give us more reason to take action, said one of the people familiar with discussions. Both individuals were granted anonymity to describe private conversations. Now, of course, they want to remain anonymous. This is, in my opinion, also a message, an open message to Israel. Go ahead and strike first. We got your back.
Anna, there's a much more disturbing part of that quote. Think about it, guys. That's people inside the White House planning for our soldiers to get hit and killed so that they can get their objective of attacking Iran.
We're basically treated like pawns. U.S. soldiers treat like pawns. The lives of U.S. soldiers, pawns, whatever. It's just necessary loss if they die, whatever. It's not really defending our country if we are part of the aggression on another country and then they retaliate. Well, that's should be expected. So either U.S. or Israel, which likely going to be Israel, is going to attack first, and then the retaliation is literally going to kill innocent American lives, the troops.
That's borderline treason. To say, here's a sitting duck. They're telling Politico. They're actually saying it. The part of this plan is Israel hits Iran, Iran hits us, kills our soldiers. Yes! Then we celebrate at the White House. Because then we can launch the war that Israel wanted all along, not for Israel to fight it, but for America to fight it. They're literally looking forward to our guys being murdered. And that's inside the White House. The Israeli lobby controls this entire government. Go ahead, Ann.
Politico writes, and this was published yesterday, it's even more clear that what I'm about to read to you is absolutely going to happen. The thinking among those closest to the president is that, quote, we're going to bomb them, according to the first person familiar with discussions. So today, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, two Zionists who have no interest in peace in the Middle East and want to help Israel, let's be very honest and clear about that, engaged in more negotiations with Iran. Came out of the negotiations, said, no, they won't budge, they won't give up their missiles, which is the only means to defend themselves from Israel, a belligerent country in the region. So we're gonna bomb them. We're gonna go to war with Iran. We, the people of the United States of America, our military, the military that consists of the men and women of our country, that is paid for by American taxpayers, all those resources, all those people,
that part
will be sacrificed on the altar of precious Israel so they can get regime.
Why do they love sacrifice so much, huh? Why do they love sacrifice, blood sacrifice? Why do they love it so much? I don't know. Maybe because Baal worship, maybe because of that Moloch worship. Maybe it goes back to the Old Testament where it's literally documented that these people were sacrificing. Can't go into all the details surrounding that because it's too much for YouTube. But yeah, they go into some really bad type of sacrificing, these people. And it's still going on today. Yeah, except U.S. soldiers are being part of the sacrifice and more if you look into the Epstein files. But particularly with war, yeah.
Change in Iran. And I want to be clear about one other thing. There is no plan for what happens to Iran after the current Iranian government is destroyed, because that doesn't matter to Israel. Israel would be happy to see a failed state, much like we have in Libya, something else that Israel wanted and got, and Syria. So like these
and Venezuela, probably.
Conversations and debates about like, oh, well, who's going to govern Iran the day after? They don't care. They are happy to see a country of 92 million people completely and utterly destroyed for this tiny little country that is engaged in endless terrorism in the region. And yes, that's Israel. So let me continue. So the brain-dead morons over at Politico thought that they could insult our intelligence by citing a poll by JL Partners claiming that recent polling shows that Americans, and Republicans in particular, support regime change in Iran. but are unwilling to risk any U.S. casualties to achieve it.
And I'm sorry, I got to step in there too, because look at that framing. The conclusion of the poll is the American people do not support this war if there's going to be American casualties, and very, very, very likely there's going to be American casualties. But they didn't frame it that way. They framed it as the American people and majority of Republicans agree with the war as long as there's no casualties. You see how the trick is in the framing? And so they constantly are framing to manipulate you to serve Israel's interests. Back to you.
Yeah.
So they linked to Breitbart's exclusive coverage of that poll, which was already a red flag. So I looked into it. What is JL Partners? Is JL Partners a biased polling place, or is it legitimate? I'll let you decide. JL Partners is a UK polling firm founded by James Johnson, former pollster to Theresa May, and Tom Lubbock, former pollster at Conservative Campaign headquarters. Now, I doubt the right-wing media in America really gives a single F about who or what leads a Middle Eastern country. So this idea that like American conservatives are sitting around, they're like, oh, we desperately want regime change in a foreign country while we struggle with our current economic situation, while housing is unaffordable, healthcare is unaffordable.
That part, apparently, if you saw the State of the Union address, America's in the golden age, y'all. Everything just great. It's the best time to be alive in America. We are doing so well. We are rich. Everybody's rich. Nobody's struggling. Literally, Trump said this, and it's probably going to go over this in a different video, another video. I don't know. We'll see what happens, because I think with this war in Iran thing, a lot of Americans even forgot about the State of the Union address. I wanted to go over the day or the next day that he did the State of the Union address, but, getting caught up with life and just life, y'all, just working and being tired. And it happened in the middle of the week, and I'm trying to get to bed earlier, so I didn't get to address the State of the Union address. Play on words there, but I didn't get to address it. And it was so funny and just weird, and I believe just a straight up lie. He was straight up lying to the American people, basically saying how we're doing the best we've ever done. And we're winning. Americans are winning. I mean, I'm not feeling that. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling that you're winning economically? Are you feeling that you have a good amount of purchasing power? Apparently the Dow's up 50,000, which actually went back down below 50,000. But, are you really feeling like you're winning as an individual, or is he just addressing a certain top sect of society that is doing the best in the middle and lower class, which there basically isn't really a middle class anymore, are suffering, and we have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to get by, just to pay for rent. 50% plus of our paycheck is going just to pay our rent, and that is not how it's supposed to be. I mean, it's horrible. Americans are not doing well economically, but apparently, he addressed in the State of the Union, we're doing the best we've ever done. So, anyways, I got on a little tangent there, but yeah.
No, we're really concerned about who the leaders of freaking Iran are. But anyway, so how did the hucksters over at Breitbart cover this poll? How did they frame it? The stunning new data shows that, yes, Americans do not like the regime in Iran and would love to see it wiped out. But it also has bright warning lights for the White House as the president considers his options, because the data suggests that Americans broadly, and Republicans specifically, do not want to risk even a single American life to accomplish that. So let me be clear about something. Regime change will not happen in Iran unless you have boots on the ground. Iran is even more sophisticated and 4 times as large as Iraq. So this idea that we're going to just do...
That's crazy. The size of Iran, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was trying to find a better place to pause, but the size, Iran is a large country. 90 million people. I believe it's 90 plus million people. It's not just a small country. Anyways.
Some airstrikes, and the Ayatollah is going to get killed or is going to step down, and suddenly we're going to have this wonderful regime change situation in Iran without boots on the ground is laughable. But that's what they want you to believe. So this just gets started. That's what Israel wants. The White House wants to manipulate you into wanting it, into thinking that it's going to be super easy, that there won't be any boots on the ground. But if you buy that, you are the most naive person on the planet. The Wall Street Journal notes that the U.S. has deployed combat jets, F-22 Raptors to be specific, to Israel for the first time ever in preparation to defend Israel from Iranian retaliation. So we will have boots on the ground, at least in Israel. They're admitting as much already.
And why?
And they're there specifically. Our soldiers are gonna be in Israel, are in Israel right now as we speak, in order to defend the Israelis. Do the Israelis pay for our military? Are they?
No. I love how Annie, just pause on this funny facial expression, but I love how Anna goes off. She's so passionate. She's so passionate what she talks about. I love that about a woman. And he was continuing.
They the ones who are shelling out $1 trillion a year for our military? No, they're not. We pay for our military. Why are our soldiers based in Israel? Why do we
Get him, Anna, get him.
have F-22 Raptors in Israel in order to protect Israel?
Yes. Well,
She's so serious and passionate, but I love it. Look, I get the outrage. I feel it too. I feel it too, Anna.
Explain it to me.
yeah, well, I can. First, they're there to get killed. If they get killed,
Yeah.
Israel's going to throw the biggest party in the world and be like, da 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 da.
And dancing again, the dancing Israelis, okay?
And now America's forced into our war. Now you serve us loyally. Now, why do I need my troops there to get killed? Why would I put them there? You have to defend our special ally. Okay, but why do I have to defend our special ally? Because they're about to start a war. No, wait. If they're going to start a war, they should defend themselves. They shouldn't
Exactly.
put our guys, Americans, in the front lines to get.
But like I said, we are the lapdog of Israel. They don't fight their own wars. They get us to do it. I mean, the only war that they're kind of fighting partially themselves is against Palestine. And they can easily bully them because it's really small and they're just weaker, right? But they're still even using the U.S. to do that with us funding that war and giving them weapons and all that. So, they never really do anything just themselves, except horrible things to the people in Gaza and Palestine.
Murdered to get killed so that we'll get dragged into a bigger war and we fight it for them just like we did in Iraq. Same BS excuse of weapons of mass destruction. We're here to help the Iranian people, that we're going to be greeted as liberators. It's going to
Same thing. They've been using this throughout decades at this point. Same exact thing. If I could find, there was an Instagram reel I saw or a TikTok I saw about this. So I'm going to bring that up now.
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6 months away from being about 90% of having the enriched uranium for an atom bomb.
Iran is gearing up to produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade.
Iran will be capable of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
Once Saddam has nuclear weapons, the terror network will have nuclear weapons. Next thing you'll see is a nuclear bomb in the World Trade Center. If you take out Saddam...
Oh, Iran's going to have a nuclear bomb, 1995. Y'all, literally... And I'm kind of old, y'all. I'm kind of old. So this is over 30 years ago he's been talking about this whole Iranian nuclear bomb situation. Iran will be capable of producing one. Literally fear-mongering for over 3 decades until the U.S. does something about it, which apparently they have so much control now. They have enough control to get us to do something about it, to play out their plan. 1995, 2006, 2012, 2015, 2018, 2025. Yo, this is one wicked man right here. I actually think he's more wicked than Trump is. I believe that because he's the one that's controlling Trump. This is one wicked man. Bibi Netanyahu. Bibi Satanyahu. And now I want to show y'all an Instagram video of a soldier being interviewed on CNN, and they cut it short. They said, oh, we're breaking up. No. they cut it short because of what he said. They didn't want him saying it.
And we have here somebody who actually did just go vote for Ron Paul, a first-time caucus voter, Corporal Jesse Thorson, who is 28 years old, and you are active duty U.S. Army. Why did you vote for Ron Paul?
Well, I'm really excited about a lot of his ideas, especially when it comes to bringing the soldiers home. I've been serving for 10 years now, and all 10 years of those have been during wartime. I'd like to see a little peacetime army, and I think he has the right idea.
Now, you have done 2 tours in Afghanistan. You told me you're going to go back for a third tour. I mean, if you can see your neck right there, what you have on your tattoo, 9/11, remember, and a picture of the Twin Towers. You know, some Republicans out there have been saying that Ron Paul would be very dangerous for this country because he wants to bring troops like you back from your post from all over the world.
Well, I think it would be even more dangerous to start nitpicking wars with other countries. Someone like Iran, Israel is more than capable of.
All right, we just lost our connection, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. As soon as you start mentioning what the U.S. is doing wrong, we're nitpicking in Israel because it involves Israel. We are nitpicking wars with other countries, and especially Iran. Oh, we're breaking up. We lost them. Unfortunately, we lost them. Yeah, right. These large news stations, they serve Satan. I actually saw a video clip not too long ago. I don't know where it is. I don't think I saved it, but it was a while ago where it was showing a news station that mistakenly streamed a worshiping Satan service at the news station. And I don't think they meant that to be streaming on air. But it was like maybe they just pressed the wrong button. I don't know. And it went straight to like them at the news station worshiping Satan. At the news station, y'all. So this is who news stations serve, especially the big ones. I don't think the Young Turks are doing that, but like the Fox, CNN, even some smaller local ones do it. I think so. But it was like an independent YouTube channel like the Young Turks. I think, those are more safe. And now we have a rabbi and YouTube algorithm. This is not me saying this. This is a rabbi, Rabbi Ari Shishler. This is his opinion. This is what he's saying out of his own mouth. So don't take this YouTube algorithm and say that I said this. No, a rabbi has said this, and you can Google this YouTube algorithm. So here we go. Out of his own mouth.
But all those tropes about controlling the world, or at least wanting to control the world, they're actually true. Our goal as people for the last 3,300 years since the revelation at Sinai has been to control the world. Maybe you shouldn't tell anybody that I said.
He's admitting it straight up. He's literally said it. So we don't need other people saying it for it to be true. A rabbi saying it himself. And this right here may make you angry. An Israeli soldier films himself blowing up to show to his wife. And it's very eerie. It's disgusting, just the evil that you see in this whole interaction. And you're not going to see any gore. You're not going to see any of that. But you're going to see a building just explode quickly. It's just very dark to see how quick the destruction happens in this video. Like a very silent sound. And then just boom. It is crazy, yo. All right, listen to this. Or watch this. Or both. He's like, and I don't know if there's any there's probably got to be casualties that happen, but you're not going to see anything.
וואו! למחות את זכר עמלק! למחות! נקמה, לעשות נקמה בגויים! Yeah!
You see how quick and silent that was? The like projectile? It's crazy. It's eerie looking at that.
אשתי יקרה שרה. מוכנה יהיה פיצוץ גדול.
That quick and that much destruction, y'all. It's insanity. I like some of these comments. His wife, so also his first cousin, probably sister, chosen by God to show us what not to be. I can't say that, but anyways. It is so weird that they say anti-Semitism is on the rise. This is what we're funding, and we can't do anything about it. That, Elliot. I don't even know what to say to that, because it's like, what can we do? What can we do? I had somebody tell me multiple people tell me that I'm funding this because I'm paying taxes. Just because I'm filing my taxes, I am funding that, and I approve of that when I literally don't have a choice. Like, I have to file my taxes based on the U.S. law. It's in the U.S. law that you have to file your taxes if you make above a certain amount. And if you don't, then they stack on penalties and fines, and they will get their money. You cannot run from the IRS unless you totally just live off the grid and don't operate in society. But if I don't operate in society, I can even make these videos and give them to you all. Like, so people that say stuff like that is absolutely stupid. I hate it. I hate it, y'all. It's like I have a choice to not pay taxes. No, you can not pay taxes this year, but then you're going to stack up penalties. You're going to stack up fines. They can siphon money out your bank account. They can put a levy on your bank account. They can garnish your wages, and you'll have to pay it back eventually. They can literally take assets that you have, physical stuff that you have, house, cars. They can do anything that they want to you. They can basically do anything that they want to get their money, what they think is their money, but they can do it. So you don't have a choice. You do not have a choice not to pay taxes unless you literally revoke your citizenship as a U.S. citizen, leave the U.S. or whatever, or die. And even if you die, they're still going to take money that they think is theirs. So it's like you can't run away from the IRS. People who just stop paying taxes is like, what do you think you're going to do by that? They're going to get their money eventually. Like, you may not pay it this year, but eventually you're going to get a letter in the mail, and it's going to be like, hey, you owe us this. If you don't pay it, well, hey, we're going to garnish your wages. Now your bank account's going to be levied, and they're going to forcefully take it away. So anybody that says, I'm supporting this evil because I file my taxes, I don't have a choice, and you're literally stupid. Just get off the channel because you're dumb. So I crashed out a little bit right there, but let's go to the next video.
Maybe.
But I guess we'll end it on this video. Anything that Israel wants, I think some Christians, and some of them are fake, or some of them are real Christians, and they're just deceived, heavily deceived, naive. But I think most of these are fake Christians. They just blindly support Israel. Anything that they want, oh, we got to bless Israel to be blessed. And it's literally a false teaching that's being taught in churches that has affected boomers, the worst I've seen. But it's like a lot of Christians, I don't think they really are aware of what's going on. The ones who are deceived, I don't think you're really aware of how Christians are treated in Israel. So right here we got Israeli settler protesters attack Christian woman walking her dogs. What kind of abomination do we see here? I mean, what is this? Apparently, what you're looking at is God's chosen people. These are God's chosen people. This is what you're looking at. God's chosen people right here. This is what God's chosen people do right here, y'all. A woman and her dog. This is what God's chosen people do. God's chosen people. Oh, how disgusting. 0 testosterone detected. This is how the Israelites raised their children. Yep. Somebody said it. I hope you false Christians and evangelicals take a good look at this video. Chosen people. Anyways, I'll go ahead and end this video here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think about this potential war that may be happening with Iran? I am not excited about it. I don't want it to happen. I think it will cause just more destruction to America for this to happen. Economically, spiritually, all kind of ways, this is not going to be good for America and its citizens if this war actually happens. And it's just primarily for Israel. Bibi Netanyahu came to the White House just recently, I think over 4 times in the last couple months or in the first year of Trump's new term. Bibi Netanyahu has many trips to the White House just in 1 year. And I believe he's just speaking in Trump's ear, war with Iran, war with Iran, war with Iran, until he does it. And yeah, I'm just kind of fed up with it, y'all. But anyways, may the Lord keep you. May he bless you. May he shine his face upon you always and give you peace. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen.